What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Kale. This is actually round 2 of an interview that we just did. We had camera malfunctions. It was crazy, but my man Kyle is here, and he is here to tell you about his story with Amazon FBA and how he's had success selling on the platform. So say what up to the people, Kyle. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? My name's Kyle. Happy to be here.
Sweet. Dude, we're so pumped to have you. The interview we just recorded was fire, so hopefully we can replicate that and make it just as awesome. But guys,
it was super fire, but
Taylor
it
heard the
didn't
whole
work.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor heard
What's
the
up,
whole
Taylor?
thing.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm super pumped for this. I'm not in it, but I'm here and I'm super excited.
It's
Okay,
gonna
bye.
be great. Before we get started, guys, if you like what Kyle is saying, if you're enjoying what he's saying, there should be a link either whatever on this page you're watching or on YouTube. It's to this free case study. There's only one link. It's just a free case study, and it just walks you through the entire journey of how we came to be, who we came to be. If you're interested in anything that Kyle is saying, that's the link you need to click. But let's just do this, man. So tell me a little bit about your business and the success you've been having on Amazon. Let's just jump right to the heart of it, man.
So I started with 9U like right around Halloween time, a little bit before it, and I'm actually today is my 1 month mark of when I started selling.
Nice.
Happy to say that I should close out today at about $4,500 total for revenue for my first month.
Boom.
Just broke 20 5-star reviews last night. So I'm happy with that. Reviews are rolling in. People are loving it. And, PPC's on, is going. And for 2 of my main keywords, I've actually been named Amazon's Choice. So super pumped about that.
That's awesome. I'm pumped too, man. And the reason I reached out to Kyle and got him on the channel, guys, was because of this little post he put in our Facebook group. It's an amazing community, but he posted this and he was like, shout out to the Honey Badger Boost team. If you guys don't know what Honey Badger Boost is, it's our photography and listing optimization company. And he was like, they did my photos in the listing and it turned out great. Tell us a little bit about how that went, man.
So basically, if you're not with Honey Badger Boost, if you haven't used them before, you need to. It's one of those things that, right away, the big thing that they're teaching in their course is have good listings, have good pictures and stuff like that. Easiest way to do that, honestly, for me, and I know it is probably for most people, is to outsource that stuff. It's time consuming not only to create a listing and stuff like that, but you need professional pictures. If you're gonna play with the big boys, you've got to have the best pictures out there. They did a fantastic job. It's all done in a timely manner. They're getting a hold of you. Emily's emailing you right away, letting you know whereabouts they are with it. Thomas is a beast, man, when it comes to putting a listing together. So if you're not with them, you need to get with them because pictures and listings are what sell.
Wait, dude, you just sent in your second product to us too, right? Like you just wait, hold on.
Did. Actually, you should be getting it today.
I got it. Wait, hold on. This was not planned. Hold on. I got this.
Wait, Kale, you're doing a video right now. Oh, it's right here. Okay.
Look, I got it. He sent us his next. This isn't giving away what it is or anything. No, this is good. Guys, if you don't think we actually do photos and video, here, we do it all in-house right here. Kyle literally physically sent, this is a sample or this is an actual production unit?
It should be. It's already shipped. I ordered it before Chinese New Year. So
I don't even know what this.
Should be getting it soon.
I don't even know what this is, but it's awesome. But so basically, what happens, guys, if you're thinking about ordering from us, what you do is you just order online. You order at honeybadgerboost.com, or if you're a part of KTVIP, it's all included, and you just send it in here. And then boom, we hand it off to the photographers. They do all this magical stuff. I don't really do anything with it because they're amazing and they get it done. So. All right,
no, it's fantastic, guys. I highly recommend it. They're gonna, in all honesty, they're gonna do a way better job than you're gonna do if you hire it out on Fiverr or something like that. I mean, they're gonna do the best job.
Awesome, cool. Well, that's so cool. Thanks for saying that. So you're in 9 University. You got Honey Badger Boost. Tell us about what happened when you got the pictures back. You implemented them. Like what happened with sales? How'd that go?
Oh man, in all honesty, I didn't know what to expect for my first month. It was kind of one of those things where I was like, I'll be happy if I can break like $1,000. I didn't know what to expect. I was more worried about getting reviews and stuff like that. I reached out to Thomas to find out what picture he thought I should use for thumbnail. He told me, and it exploded. It was, and the thing is, every week it's getting better and better. So it's growing every single week, which is huge. And certain little things that I did along the way to kind of help it out. Like I said, like I told you guys earlier, I reached out to some people in the Facebook group. Joshua Malin has been super helpful. There's a lot of guys out there. But he had kind of some advice. Maybe try to launch even a little bit before you get a certain amount of reviews to start your PPC and everything. Just to get your product up to page one. For me, it was, I'm looking at it long term. I'm not looking to get rich quick or anything like that. I'm looking for long term growth. So for me, it was like, I want to get as many page one keywords as I possibly can. So I started the PPC a little bit early, like he had said, and that worked great, rather than doing a launching service or anything like that. And it's just kind of been snowballing from there. It gets better and better. And like I said, main thing is I was getting sales even before reviews, just because my pictures were so much better than everybody else's. My listing had so many more keywords and looked so much more professional. I mean, there's so many people out there that are doing crazy revenue on Amazon, that their pictures are terrible and their listing is like one sentence in their bullet point. Like it's ridiculous, and they're still doing like 20 grand a month.
Yeah. It is crazy, like the power of just having that many eyeballs on your listing. But I think the cool part about that is obviously the pictures are great, but the fact that you were able to connect with a guy like Joshua, because I think people will take that for granted, where a guy like Joshua has done it before, just like us, right? He's now doing $25,000 a month. His interview will be on our website or on YouTube somewhere. But the guy knows what he's doing, right? And the fact that you can connect with a huge community of people like that now that the program's been up for a while, super helpful, you think?
Oh, absolutely. We've got a great community. I mean, if you're part of the student group, I mean, we've got so many people in there that are so helpful. Everybody's helping one another. If you have questions and you can't get a hold of, Taylor or Kale or anybody else right away, because these guys are busy, man. They've got like a bazillion companies that they're running at this point. So I mean, they're busy, but you know what? If you post it in the group, I mean, guaranteed you're going to get a response from somebody that's been there, done that, knows what they're talking about. I mean, like I said, Joshua's been helpful. I mean, Gary's on there. He's always active. Barry, you can go down the list. Rao's on there. I mean, there's so many guys on there that have been doing really well with it, and they've been there, done that. So if you have questions, they're always there to help out, which is awesome.
True. People have been skeptical and like, do these guys really exist? Guys, they exist and they're helpful. They're just normal dudes, and they're helping each other out. So real quick, let's break it up here. If you had to give one hack to the newbie, to the person who just wants to start Amazon FBA, what's your number one hack for getting started?
Invest in 9U.
Yes. I didn't tell them to say that, by the way.
Because here, no, guys, they didn't tell me to say any of this stuff. This is all stuff that just from my own personal experience. Because you know what, the money that you're going to spend on that, and believe me, I was one of those people. I was one of those guys that was, oh, I don't need a course. I can figure this out. I'm a smart guy. I can figure this stuff out as I go. I can look on YouTube. Here's the thing. There's a reason that YouTube is free. There's a reason that YouTube videos are free to watch, because you know what? Yeah, they're informative, but they're not in order. And you don't know when you're looking on YouTube. I mean, you don't know what some of these so-called gurus, if they're telling you any information that's even relevant to today. Because Amazon changes every single day. It's not the same now as it was 6 months ago. I mean, these guys have already had to update their course, and it's only been out for less than a year. They've already had to do a full update on a lot of this stuff anyway, because Amazon's always changing. And that's what you get when you invest in their courses. They've got so many hacks in there on, you name it. I mean, how to do product research, how to, get your initial sales velocity and your reviews going, and, just so on and so forth. They even teach you how to do a Facebook ads. They have like a Facebook ads mini course. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody else.
Yeah. That's so cool, man. I love that. That's so cool. The thing that I like that you said is that it takes someone who's actively in it, like someone who's actively adapting with it. Because what I've seen is when we check out our competitors. Obviously, I buy other courses. I see kind of like, what are other people doing? Because we want to be the best. We pride ourselves on that, right? And when I get in there, I see like a layout on Amazon that was up like 6 months ago to a year ago, and I'm like, this is hard to follow because it's all changed. or I see a hack in there that I know for a fact broke down like a year ago. And
Right.
I really hate that because it comes from a place of authority. It comes from a place of like, you're my mentor. I'm going to do what you tell me to do. But that would have been good advice back then, but then it's outdated. And the same thing, we were talking about this earlier. I'm getting confused because we did this interview twice. But the first interview, we talked about how the two biggest reasons why you can't learn from YouTube is what you said, right? There's a reason it's free. It's out of order. And then number two, the people that are teaching it generally don't care as much as you would like them to, right? Is that kind of what you've experienced?
Oh, 100%. And guys, you work too hard for your money to just throw it down the drain, going with somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about or doesn't care. I mean, there's a lot of other guys out there that are teaching courses, but most of them, like they said, they're not updating it. And Amazon is the biggest and best platform that you could possibly use for this type of business. I think it's probably one of the best, if not the best, business models for the next 15, 20, 25 years, something like that. Why would you not want the best information possible so you can dominate? Why settle for mediocrity when you could dominate the competition with the right information and the right mentorship?
T, we gotta hire this guy. I think we need to get him like in the office, and so like people come out of the elevators,
Right.
and he's standing there, and he's just like, "Hello, welcome to 9
What
University."
what state do you live in?
I live in New York. Actually, I live. You guys know where Watkins Glen is?
No.
Like the NASCAR track, Watkins
Oh
Glen.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up in Montour Falls, which is like 5 minutes from there. So I live like 5 minutes from the
Well, he
racetrack.
can come down then.
Okay, so are you willing to move to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
I'm telling you, man, it's great. I love everything you're saying. If you had, okay, let's do this. Second biggest hack. What's the second most important thing for someone who's just thinking about starting Amazon?
Honestly, initial reviews are everything. I mean, they really are. Nobody's going to buy it. Well, unless you have awesome pictures and listing, nobody's going to buy your product unless you have initial reviews so that you look the part. I mean, obviously product research is 75% of the battle. I mean, you've gotta nail it with your product. Got to have a great product. Make sure that it's low reviews, high revenue, and everything. And then once you get to that, make sure it looks the part, looks better than everybody else, but also make sure your reviews match up with them. I mean, you want to make sure that, because if it's me, I'm not going to buy something that has no reviews or only has one review. I mean, you got to get your sales velocity going and then implement some of the tactics that they teach in the course, how to do that. And they teach some of it on their YouTube channel. I mean, that ManyChat hack is incredible. Nobody else is teaching that. But again, if you're just trying to learn that from YouTube, you're not going to know even when or how to implement that with what you're doing.
Yeah, that hack alone, oh man, that hack alone has made us so,
crazy.
it's made a lot of people a lot of money in the course, and I honestly think no matter what we end up whatever you see the prices for this program, that one thing would be worth it. We're actually putting together now, by the time people watch this, it'll probably be complete, but really detailed PDFs of everything, but that hack especially, there are so many different ways where you can tweak it. We've actually gotten the cost per review down to like 20 or 50 cents.
And the crazy, the cool thing and the crazy thing is too, like, guys, being part of the student group, here's the other benefit to it. Taylor and Kale find the hacks, they teach you how to do it and everything, and then there's guys in the group that come up with extra ways that you can even add on to that. I know, Brian in the group came up with, and he shared it with everybody. There was a PDF super helpful so that you might not have to download the one software and pay the monthly fee for it. And it works just as well. And it's stuff like that you don't get somewhere else. And that's why we have such a great community and everybody's supporting and helping one another.
I love the community. Y'all are my people. I mean, there's guys like this every single, there's like 50 of you. I mean, you're amazing, but there's so many people. I think what has happened is we've attracted the right type of student, the right type of client. It's like it's one that's willing to do what you did, like put in the work, put in the money to learn it the right way, and now you have this bedrock, this like foundation of a $4,500 a month business, and it's only up from there. Do you see this? Where do you see this going in the next 3, 4, 6 months?
The crazy thing is, I mean, that's just the start of it. I mean, like I said, week after week, it's kind of been basically almost like doubling itself week after week. I mean, the biggest guys in my market currently are doing, you know, 6, 7 times what I'm doing right now or more. And the coolest thing for me too is as I look at it, I mean, yeah, I'm launching a second product and everything, but with my first one, there's so many variations I could do off from that as well to add to it and continue to get it better and everything. And you know, I took a little bit of a risk because I actually ordered more inventory for my first product before Chinese New Year because I had ordered 400 initially, and I was kind of worried because I'm like, they got Chinese New Year coming up, all that. I hope I have enough inventory. So I actually ordered more of it to come in, and I'm so happy I did because that's going to be hitting, and I'm going to be getting low on my initial inventory order. So when they get back from Chinese New Year, I don't have to just reorder right away as soon as as soon as my manufacturer is back. I can give it a couple weeks before I need to order again and everything.
Fantastic. That's super awesome. Wow, so cool. I don't know how long we've been on. I feel like we've been talking for 3 hours because of the first interview, so I don't want to make anyone wait too long. But is there anything else you're burning up inside? There's someone out there and they're thinking about starting Amazon FBA, and you are the reason they will start. What would you say to them?
Honestly, you got to get on it. I mean, it's one of those things that, like I said, I spent time researching and planning and stuff like that, and I wish I would have done it right away. I mean, I wasted probably 2 or 3 months kind of planning and trying to do it on my own. No, invest in the course, invest in the right photography, the right listings and stuff like that, and your family's going to benefit from it. I mean, there's so many people out there that, you know, want to do something like this, but they don't want to jump in and do it. And sometimes you gotta be able to take a risk in order to reap the rewards for it. I mean, like I said, that's what I was telling you guys earlier. I love my day-to-day job. This was not something for me that I have any intention of switching it over. I'm perfectly happy working on this 3 or 4 hours a night after my wife and daughter go to bed, because this is something to build for our future and to build up so that one day if my daughter wants to do something like this or something like that, I can kind of hand it off to her and have her do it and set her up really well for it, because like I said, I love what I do, but this is something that I enjoy doing so much, late at night and everything. It's not like work, it's more fun than anything.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I love that. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, we don't need to waste anyone's time. If you are thinking about that, okay, Kyle has said some stuff that made me think, and you're not ready to jump in yet, again, there's a free case study. Go and watch that. If you're
guys, do it. It's worth it. You know what? My parents just invested into it. They're absolutely loving it. They've got samples on the way. They're enjoying doing it. I mean, I can't even tell you how many people that I've been talking to, and they're interested in it and everything. I mean, it's the best opportunity of the next 15 to 20 years, I think. Jump on it or get left behind.
Well, that is the perfect ending. We will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Thank you, Kyle, so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.